Hey everybody, welcome back for this episode of VNJ Reviews. It is great to have you back with us again for this one. This is Vin.
And this is Joe.
We definitely got to take a look at it. We're going to give you our thoughts on what we think you should expect from the upcoming fight between Goku and Jiren. We might have some things to share with you that you haven't heard anywhere else. We'll catch you guys after this. So things are getting real. It's getting really real right now. We are at the point now where Goku has finally achieved Ultra Instinct, at least the mastered form of it, which is really just Ultra Instinct, of course. Up until this point, he's only been sort of just figuring it out, but he's there now. And now Jiren, of course, is looking at this, and Jiren has been this looming figure who has been basically impossible to overcome. And now even the smirk on Jiren's face as he recognizes what's going on here, he understands that this is real as well. And so we're going to have this upcoming battle between the two of them. And I think there's this kind of thought out there that Goku is just going to absolutely thrash Jiren. Now, I want to be very clear with everybody. Joe and I are giving you this analysis pre-spoiler, okay? We have not seen any spoilers about the fight between Jiren and Goku when Goku has Ultra Instinct or the next episodes, and there may be spoilers coming out this week, and we may not be able to release this video until after some spoilers, but we're doing this pre-spoiler, what our thoughts are on what you should expect in this and what we think is actually going to happen. Now, first off, obviously Goku is immensely powerful. Immensely. I mean, the jump in power here is probably hard to quantify, although
ridiculous.
It is quantifiable, but it's an insane. It's a power that's so great it gets the gods of destruction to stand to their feet. It's a power that's so great it gets Whis to get giddy with excitement and to smile and to be excited about this. I mean, an angel who is probably not that impressed by anything when it comes to power or abilities is impressed by Ultra Instinct. He talks about it, and the way that he talks about it, as far as it being this ability to just not think and move just instinctually, and how we've gotten these different ideas of what it is, this is impressive. And this jump is unbelievable. And so it's hard to fathom how much it is. But now he's fighting Jiren. And the expectation is if Jiren continues at the level he's been fighting, he's going to get absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, he just tossed him around like a ragdoll and just at the end of the last episode.
Pretty much tossed him around like he was nothing. And it seemed like, man, like Goku can pretty much just dodge anything at this point. Even if
he has to dodge. I mean, he caught that blast that he did to him.
Caught it and was behind Jiren at the same moment.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's instantly reacting, if not reacting pre-instantly, you know, I mean, it's just craziness is going on. I mean. And Jiren knows it. Now, with that information, you might think this is over. This is in the book. You know, Goku, we're going to see there's just a few episodes left, and then we're just going to see Goku thrash Jiren here. But I don't know that that's what's going to happen. And I think that there might be some indications here to point to why that might not happen. Now, I'm not saying that it's always going to be like that. There's going to be moments where Goku is probably going to like just absolutely destroy Jiren. But for a fact, we know that Jiren's going to increase his power here. We've seen the images. That was in the upcoming episode images. This is not a spoiler. He became insanely more powerful looking, much buffer, you know, much more muscular. So he's clearly raising his level. We don't know how much he's raising his level, but it could be he's doubling his power level. I don't really know. Maybe he was only at like 10% before. You know, one of those things where like, how much are they suppressing themselves?
Oh, yeah.
He could have been suppressing himself a lot, and now he's finally reaching the point where he's not going to be suppressing himself at all. And I think some people are going to be surprised if they see Jiren being able to stick with Goku a little bit. Now, I'm not saying he's going to have the upper hand or anything on Goku. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But if he stayed the same, there's no way he beats Goku. But I think that we're going to start to see a Jiren who's going to raise his power level, and it's going to be like, wow, this guy is actually kind of legitimately going back and forth with a perfected Ultra Instinct Goku. This guy is pretty legitimate. There's a big reason why I think that's the case. And I think that there's something looming in the background that tells us all that Jiren is going to be able to keep up. There's something that's there that all of us are kind of have our eye on, but sometimes forget about. And I think that might lead us to believe that Goku is not going to be able to do the ultimate destruction of Jiren here, but perhaps we might have a different outcome.
Now, for me, I feel like Jiren still has a little bit hidden here that he hasn't used all the way, because once again, he felt like he was superior to everybody, so I don't think he went all the way out, but we're going to probably see that at this point. I feel like there's going to be techniques that we haven't seen, maybe his different eye colors. I think he's going to maybe show up something. You got to remember, this is a guy who is above and beyond time. He was able to beat Hit, who froze him in time. So I think this guy does have something else there that can maybe help him against Ultra Instinct. We don't know what it is yet, but we'll see it probably the next episode or so. Also, when looking at the next episode with the preview, Jiren looks very angry, and I think that's going to be also a very big downfall for him, because Ultra Instinct is all about being clear-minded, very calm, and just understanding the whole situation. And I think because Jiren's anger, Jiren's superiority complex, thinking that he is the strongest, is actually going to maybe be his downfall in the end for this battle. At least that's what I'm predicting and seeing here. I mean, it's common ideas like this in most fights that happen. The person who thinks they're all superior will not be able to keep up because they just have this complex that they'll think they'll win, but they really couldn't because the other person just knows what to do better than they do. And Goku is definitely in that state right now.
That brings us to maybe the biggest reason why we think at the end of the day we're not going to see Goku throw Jiren off that platform, which is ultimately what everyone might be expecting is going to happen. And that's getting back to this thing that they were trying to hide from all of us. And they did it purposely this last episode. You know, when they showed us the God power, or they showed us their faces, like it was just like Goku and Jiren are the only two left, and they were like talking that up and only showing their faces as the Tournament of Power. Nobody making any mention of anything else, and like it's just the two of them, and here it is, the final battle, and it's reached its ultimate point, and Zeno's like, oh, Jiren's so powerful, and it's like Goku's so powerful, and what are they trying to do? They're trying to basically prevent us from thinking about everything, you know, and that other thing is really important, because if that one other thing that we're not thinking about is still there, it could point us towards a direction where perhaps Goku is not going to be able to throw Jiren off this platform, meaning at the end of the day that the battle between the two of them will be a little bit more even than people might think it would be. And I'm not saying that that's not going to be Goku getting moments in. There certainly will probably be moments where Goku is like, just like, wow, this is unbelievable. But Jiren's just going to somehow, I think, be able to always come back until eventually that time runs out.
And then we still have Frieza on the platform. I don't know how he's doing it. Frieza's somehow surviving all these blasts and everything that's going on. I really would love to know where he is, but they're not going to show us. The show is definitely trying to make us not remember him. I'm pretty sure that the characters at the end are going to be like, oh yeah, Frieza, he's still there. We won! Like type of situation where all the rest of us are like, no, we remember Frieza. You didn't fool anybody. I mean, we're not stupid where we can't remember Frieza is still on there. So that's the thing that really makes us think that Jiren and Goku ultimately are actually not going to win or lose to each other. We think it's actually going to probably become a tie or some type of stalemate in some way, and Frieza is going to be the ultimate factor because that's where they're sort of pushing it to with everything that they're doing. And that's actually not a bad thing because that means there's maybe more up in the air later on for Jiren and Goku to fight it out or have some type of rival situation. Because I feel like if Goku can defeat Jiren definitively, then Goku doesn't have any type of rival at this point. He doesn't have anybody who he really has to like go against. I mean, they had Hit, at one point that was going to be Goku's rival, and then they had that fight afterwards, which was really cool. They sort of probably going to do that with Jiren, I feel, because they still need that with somebody. And it's not Vegeta at this point, because Vegeta's new form is not Ultra Instinct comparable at all, based off of what we're seeing. And that's just how, at least I see the direction.
The only thing that really could change this is if somehow in the next episode or early on, still before the fighting is done, is if Frieza makes his face shown again in anger or something, like he's going to do something, and then he just gets like one-shotted off the platform. Or
with what level they're at right now, that would be the stupidest thing if we see that.
It would be crazy for him to do it, and it would just be a complete like, why did you do that? That was dumb, and you just got shotted off the platform. Dumb, dumb, dumb. But if that does happen, then this is thrown up, this no longer might exist, because now Goku has to get Jiren off the platform in order to win it. Or maybe you still end in a stalemate and they give it to both universes. I don't really know. But if Frieza never comes up again, I think that's pointing this fight towards ultimately ending, as Joe said, in some sort of a stalemate, which can lead us to conclude that the fighting is going to be at times a little bit more even than we would think it would be, because I know even in my mind I'm thinking Ultra Instinct, he's going to kill him. He's going to kill him now. How is he even going to combat this? But I think Jiren is somehow going to combat it. I think he's going to raise his level so high that you're going to be like, wow, they're actually going back and forth here. Jiren is legitimately on level with this somehow, and I still think probably Goku will have the upper hand, probably, and maybe he will have more of an upper hand than I'm even thinking about. But the fact that Frieza is still there lends me to believe they're moving us towards a stalemate situation, which lends me further to believe that somehow Jiren is going to be able to keep up with and match, at least at times, this sort of Ultra Instinct power level, which is impressive in and of itself. So we figured we'd share that with you. I think that's an important insight about the battle that's coming up. Again, this is pre-spoilers. So if a spoiler comes out on Wednesday that those people who love dropping spoilers drop to everybody, that says something about how Goku like defeats Jiren, we just didn't see that. We're just going off of what we think is happening without looking at any of the spoilers and what we see the direction is going. So we figured we share this one with you guys. As always, if you enjoy the content we deliver, go ahead and push that subscribe button. Kind of join the channel. We got a lot of stuff coming up, especially after Super's done, with adding to the chart and some big time analysis of the entire arc, the entire thing, everything put together in Dragon Ball Super, all the arcs that are contained within it. So you're going to want to be a part of that. So go ahead and push the subscribe button, like the video, of course, and leave a comment below. Do you think this is how the battle's going to go down? Do you kind of see some of the same things we're seeing? Or do you think, you know what? No, I think Goku is just going to kill him. Or maybe Jiren's going to somehow he's even more powerful than Ultra Instinct. I don't know. What do you think? Go ahead and leave your comments below. We love reading those things. As always, this is Vin.
And this is Joe.
We hope you enjoyed this one. We will see you guys next time.